Everyone, welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level ESL lesson, and today we're going to be finishing up our discussion of making suggestions and giving advice. All right, so your parents tell you that you're going on a family vacation. So how do you think you'd respond? That sounds great, I think. That sounds terrible. That's cool, sounds amazing, awesome, I can't wait for it, or perfect, I love spending time together. So we have expectations about certain issues, and so what do you think of the following opinions? Millie says, when my parents recommend a movie, I think it's not going to be my kind of movie. Mika says, when I catch up with my brother, I know that I'll have a good time. He makes me laugh. And Joe says, when my parents say your uncle's coming to dinner, I know there's going to be an argument. So Alice tells Megan about a comedy show, so we're going to read the text and then answer the questions. I heard that Valerie Verano is performing her next show at the Comedy Center next Saturday. It's meant to be hilarious. Unfortunately, I have to work, but you and Sarah should go. You would need to find a babysitter, though. It might be hilarious for adults, but I'm pretty sure that it's not appropriate for children. So Alice hasn't seen the comedy show, but she makes some claims about the show. So what language shows us this? Well, when she says, I heard, and it's meant to be, and then I'm pretty sure that it's not appropriate. Now, Tony is talking with Sylvia. Tony also uses different language to recommend the show, and what does he say? So the National Symphony Orchestra is performing at the Civic Center next month. I looked at the program online and it sounds awesome. A mixture of Russian composers like Tchaikovsky and Stravinsky. It gets great reviews. We should go. So he says, it sounds awesome. It gets great reviews. And we should go. Billy talks with his sister. What recommendations does he make? As I was looking through What's On the other day, and I saw that a hypnotist, Wayne Rollins, is coming to town next month. Apparently, he puts on a great performance. It was highly recommended in the online reviews, and it sounds like a real laugh. I'm sure Mom would love it. You two should definitely go. So what is What's On? And what information does it provide? Well, it sounds like it's probably some sort of newsletter or newspaper that talks about entertainment events that are coming to their town. And what does Billy mean by a real laugh? Probably that it's going to be very funny, very entertaining. All right, so let's look at expressions you can use for recommendations. So you can use it's meant to be plus an adjective like wonderful, amusing, terrible, fascinating, boring, incredible, or it sounds plus an adjective like awesome or hilarious. It gets, and then an adjective plus reviews. It sounds like, and then a noun phrase, a great idea, a real laugh, a terrible show, a waste of money. Or you can say, I'm sure you would be, plus a verb, plus it. So I'm sure you would love it, hate it, adore it, enjoy it, detest it, or like it. So you think the blues vessel would be fun. So use a few of these to make some recommendations. And you can type those in the comments to share your ideas for the rest of the group. Right, Dylan makes a recommendation. So go ahead and pause the video, see if you can fill in the missing information, and then answer the question. So you and Mike should check out that Canadian blues band, the Good Guys. We had never heard of them before, but they were highly recommended by one of Joe's colleagues. We went to a gig last night and the music was great. We spent the whole night on the dance floor. They're playing one more gig tomorrow night, and there are still tickets available. I'm sure you'd love it. So how is this recommendation different from the others of the ones that you read earlier in the lesson? Well, in this one, the person making the recommendation has actually seen the band, seen the entertainment that they are recommending. The others, the people were talking about things that they had heard about or read reviews of, but this one is actually a personal recommendation. Okay, David makes a family-friendly recommendation. You should take the kids to see that new computer animated movie, Tony the Turtle. I saw a trailer yesterday and it's supposed to be really entertaining. Apparently the characters are all very cute. The action will keep the kids' attention, but the comedy and the storyline will appeal to adults too. So it's perfect for the whole family. So has David seen Tony the Turtle? Well, no, he hasn't. He said he just saw the trailer yesterday, which is just like a preview, and then he says it's supposed to be really entertaining. And then he uses words like apparently, which show that he's not actually seen it in person himself. Now make a short conversation. And you can use these helps and suggestions to make a dialogue. So one person will suggest going to attend a concert, the other person will say that they would prefer to see a movie, agree, suggest the movie, give a recommendation, have the other person suggest another movie, give a recommendation, and then agree. And then remember that you can use the suggested sentence structures to help in making that conversation. Now, be supposed to is used for expectations. We often use be supposed to for events on a timetable. So the concert is supposed to start around 8 p.m. The band members are supposed to appear on stage by 9 p.m. We can use be supposed to plus be plus an adjective when talking about recommendations. Let's see the movie. It's supposed to be incredible. What about eating at the new Korean restaurant? It's supposed to be amazing. We use the past form for unfulfilled expectations. We expected something to happen or be a certain way, and it didn't happen. The movie was supposed to be interesting, but it was very boring. The food was supposed to be excellent, but it was bland. Now make a suggestion and provide a recommendation with be supposed to plus be plus the adjective. And here's an example. What about going to that new movie? The special effects are supposed to be incredible. And here are some ideas that you can use of things to do, and then some ways to make suggestions and recommendations. All right, we're going to listen to the first part of the conversation between Leo and Aaron, and then you'll answer the questions.
Okay. What about going to see a blues band?
Okay. Which blues band?
They're called the Good Guys.
The Good Guys? Never heard of them.
Me neither, but they are highly recommended by Blues Fest. The reviews are really good too. Most people give them 4 or 5 stars.
I like blues music, but I'm not sure how much I trust those reviews.
No? The harmonica player is supposed to be amazing.
What about some stand-up comedy? Valerie Verano has a new show, and it says here that her previous show sold out quickly. A comedy show might be fun.
Right, so Aaron speaks first. And what is his first suggestion? Well, he suggested to see a blues band called the Good Guys. What does Leo think of Aaron's first suggestion? Leo is unsure about the blues band because he's never heard of them. And according to Aaron, who is supposed to be amazing, a harmonica player. And what suggestion does Leo make? Leo suggests a stand-up comedy show. All right, we're going to listen to more of the conversation, and then you can answer the questions.
What about some stand-up comedy? Valerie Verano has a new show, and it says here that her previous show sold out quickly. A comedy show might be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really in the mood for comedy.
No? I'm sure you'd love it. It's supposed to be hilarious, and it has a 5-star rating.
Right. Sounds like everything gets 5 stars. How about some classical music?
Okay, sounds good. What's on?
Apparently, the London Symphony Orchestra is performing Peter and the Wolf on Saturday.
Really? I used to love that when I was a kid. I haven't heard it for years. Let me guess. Does it have 5 stars?
Yep, you guessed it.
Well, when is it on?
Right, so when Leo suggests a comedy show, Aaron says he's not really in the mood. Leo says that the comedy show is supposed to be hilarious and has a 5-star rating. Which concert does Aaron suggest? Peter and the Wolf. And Leo says he used to love that music when he was a kid. Okay, we're going to listen to the final part of their conversation and then answer the questions.
Well, when is it on?
2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Plus, it says here that it's perfect for the whole family.
So the place will be full of children? Let's not do that. Is there anything else?
Nope, that's about it. I think it's a toss-up between the good guys and Valerie Verano. You choose. I don't mind.
Well, we haven't heard any blues music for a while. Let's go and see the good guys.
In spite of the good reviews?
Sure, let's risk it.
Right, so when is the performance of Peter and the Wolf? It's on Saturday afternoon. Why doesn't Leo want to go to the performance? Because the place will be full of children. And in the end, their choice is a toss-up between which two shows, and what do they finally decide to do? It's between the comedy show and the good guys, and they decide to see the good guys. Great. Leo and Aaron make suggestions and recommendations, so we'll listen again and check off the statements that they said.
Okay. What about going to see a blues band?
Okay. Which blues band?
They're called the Good Guys.
The good guys? Never heard of them.
Me neither, but they are highly recommended by Bluesfest. The reviews are really good, too. Most people give them 4 or 5 stars.
I like blues music, but I'm not sure how much I trust those reviews.
No? The harmonica player is supposed to be amazing.
What about some stand-up comedy? Valerie Verano has a new show, and it says here that her previous show sold out quickly. A comedy show might be fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really in the mood for comedy.
No? I'm sure you'd love it. It's supposed to be hilarious, and it has a 5-star rating.
Right. Sounds like everything gets 5 stars. How about some classical music?
Okay, sounds good. What's on?
Apparently, the London Symphony Orchestra is performing Peter and the Wolf on Saturday.
Really? I used to love that when I was a kid. I haven't heard it for years. Let me guess. Does it have 5 stars?
Yep, you guessed it.
Well, when is it on?
2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon. Plus, it says here that it's perfect for the whole family.
So the place will be full of children? Let's not do that. Is there anything else?
Nope, that's about it. I think it's a toss-up between the good guys and Valerie Verano. You choose. I don't mind.
Well, we haven't heard any blues music for a while. Let's go and see the good guys.
In spite of the good reviews?
Sure, let's risk it.
Alright, so you and a friend want to do something this weekend. Choose one of the activities or choose your own. Think of a way to make an exciting suggestion and think of at least 3 reasons that you should do the activities. What have you heard about it? Does it get good reviews? What is it supposed to be like? Who is it perfect for and who recommended it? So you could choose a stand-up comedy show, a new restaurant, a latest release movie, or something else if you have your own ideas. And then you can put together a conversation using the language and expressions from this lesson. Write a dialogue, making some suggestions and coming to an agreement about what to do or what to see. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave comments, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.